The Chiefs have signed Patrick Mahomes to a 10-year, $503 million contract that will make him a Chief until 2031, by which point, hopefully, the world will have ended. This is by far the largest contract in sports history, beating out Mike Trout by roughly $75 million. Now, before we give our thoughts on the contract, I think it's important to grasp how much money $503 million is. So we're going to throw a few figures at you here. With $503 million, you could buy yourself 5,030,503 Patrick Mahomes jerseys, 229,680,365 bottles of Berman's Kansas City barbecue sauce, 9,768 Tesla Model 3s, 8, count them 8, 460-acre private islands in the Bahamas, and the countries of Dominica, Tonga, Palua, the Marshall Islands, Kiribati, and Tuvalu. So you could pick out a few countries to buy. But that's a lot of money. That is quite a lot of money, and Patrick Mahomes will be making it over the course of the next 10 years.
It's something I never expected to see in football, a 10-year contract, and it's not necessarily on the same level as a Mike Trout contract, because all of Mike Trout's money is fully guaranteed. Mahomes is only making, I think, 143 guaranteed, and then 63 million is due at signing, so it's not quite the same thing. And I don't think we're ever going to see a quarterback sign a contract like Mahomes again, 10 years, $500 million, $500 million. I think he's going to be an outlier. Right now, there's no one else in the NFL that's going to trust their organization enough. I mean, only other quarterback that's going to be up for a contract in the near future that may deserve that money, Deshaun Watson. And I'm not saying he's on Mahomes' level, but he's the only one you can make that argument for. And he definitely doesn't trust the Texans and Bill O'Brien to sign that contract. And I don't think a team like Dak's up for a contract right now, and I don't think they're going to be looking to sign Dak to a 10-year plus deal. So all in all, I think it's a good move for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're not going to be winning the Super Bowl every year. It's going to be interesting how the money pans out.
I don't fathom how your brain works on this one. It's not a trust factor when $503 million are on the table for 10 years. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have a great relationship. He loves Andy Reid, loves the organization. But it's not a trust factor.
But I
don't know what else to say.
Take a look.
If a quarterback is offered that type of contract, he will sign it. It does not matter if Tom Brady is offered that by the Jacksonville Jaguars. He will sign that contract.
There is a trust involved, though, because Deshaun Watson has said he only wants to sign a 3-year deal. If you lock up, then the next 10 years of your life, and for Patrick Mahomes in this case, because he signed 2 years early, the next 12 years of his life are locked up. He's only 24 right now, so until he's 36, he's going to be playing football for the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of things can happen. They can become horrible all of a sudden.
Or he could retire. He's shackled to playing football, except, oh wait, he doesn't have to for that long. He just has to play for 4 years and he's set for life.
There's also the fact that him or the Chiefs can get out of the contract by 2025, 2026. From what I understand, we don't need to go into the deeper meanings of that. You guys, whoever's watching, can look that up for themselves. So it's not entirely a 10-year contract.
Slough off some work on the viewers, don't you?
If you want to explain it to them, Isaiah.
No. You've already given them their homework. But no, trust isn't a factor. It's a money factor here. And the money factor is what I have an issue with. And I'll preface my next comments with, I think Patrick Mahomes is the second best football player on the planet next to Aaron Donald, obviously because he plays quarterback, the most impactful player on the planet Earth. Best quarterback we've seen recently in terms of arm talent, could be the best quarterback ever. That being said, Jesus Christ himself could descend from heaven with a rocket launcher of an arm, and I would not sign him to a 10-year contract. I would not sign any football player to a 10-year contract, particularly with over $100 million guaranteed. I know Patrick Mahomes is a revolutionary player, but revolutionary players can get their legs fallen on and snap in half. I don't want that. No one wants that, except for maybe AFC West teams, but we don't want that in the sports world. But it is a real possibility. Another issue with this money, not even the duration, but this money they're spending. Patrick Mahomes came back from a 10-point deficit 3 times in those most recent playoffs. A lot of that is because he is a great quarterback, a game changer. An equally large part of that is because the Chiefs' defense locked teams up. It stopped players like Derrick Henry. It held teams in the Super Bowl, had that clutch interception on Jimmy Garoppolo, and you are gutting your defense. You are doing what Drew Brees had happened to him on the Saints, where he is a generational talent, but his defense is completely awful, so he finishes 7-9 multiple years in a row in his prime.
Here's where you're wrong with that, though. In 2020, his cap hit is only $5 million. 2021, his cap hit's $24 million. And in 2022, it's $31 million. Not until 2023 does it start reaching the $40 million mark. And there's quarterbacks making more than the $31 million in 2022 right now. So his cap hit isn't going to be that insane the next 3 years.
So he's only going to be stuck with a bad team for 8 years as opposed to the full 10?
Well, no, because also then there's the whole thing with the new TV contract, new TV deals coming about, and the cap going up. So when it...
Allegedly, again, the whole Corona thing throws a wrench in the gears of cap going up.
That is true, but I mean, I don't know how much that'll affect TV contracts necessarily. But from what also I've understood from reading is that later in the contract, depending on how much the cap goes up for the league, it could only his salary cap number could only be 16 to 17% of the cap, which isn't that bad. And when you take...
Yes, it is. 70% of the cap is bad
16 to 17%. That's not bad. I did not say 7. No, it's not. That's not...
I said 17%.
I thought you said 70.
Nuns.
Sorry, my bad.
No. If a player signs a 70% contract, they better be Bo Jackson.
And I'm sure everyone, whoever's watching this video, possibly has seen that 10 years ago, Peyton Manning was getting paid $12 million. And he was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. So how much is the highest paid quarterback going to be another 10 years from now? The highest paid quarterback right now is getting paid $35 million in Russell Wilson. So is it going to go up to $60 million a year in 10 years? Will that be? And I mean, like I said earlier, Mahomes will have a chance to renegotiate around 2026, I think. So there's always that. I mean, you're wrong when it comes to cap hit in the next few years.
So you think they're going to be able to put the same level of talent or even a comparable level of talent around Patrick Mahomes, who was only getting $2 million on the Super Bowl team, which he needed a lot of help to get that Super Bowl. You think they're going to be able to put something close to that team around him? Or do you think he's going to be stuck in a suboptimal situation? There's a reason Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowl rings. He never signed the biggest contract in the league, even though he was the best quarterback in the league for a long time. And I'm not going to bash Patrick Mahomes. Get your money. Earn your revenue. Set your family for generations to come. But in terms of all-time greatness, this is not an all-time great contract decision.
I don't know. From what I understand, I think it's a good decision. I mean, when you take a look at the quarterback that's made the most money in NFL history, the player that's made the most money is Eli Manning. And I know a lot of people hate Eli Manning, and Isaiah hates Eli Manning, but I'm pretty sure the Giants are happy with 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl MVPs, even if they paid him for a large portion of his career where he was not very good. And Patrick Mahomes, he is only 6 years that the Chiefs potentially can before they can cut him.
I don't hate Eli Manning. This is an important thing to say. I just hate the hype he gets as an elite
Even if Patrick Mahomes only wins another Super Bowl, only wins another MVP, I think the Chiefs are happy with they're going to go to the playoffs a bunch of times. So I don't think they're going to be crying that they signed Mahomes to a big deal when a lot of the money probably won't get close to $503 million at the end of the day, or it may eclipse.
So your argument is because you think it'd be worth it even if he only wins one more Super Bowl.
I think so. Yeah, it's not
for a 10-year, $503 million contract.
It's not worth it in the sense we're excited about it, but I don't think they're super regretting it, if that makes sense.
Well, if you win a Super Bowl one of these next 2 years, which now is the window before that contract starts kicking in, and then you stink for a decade, I think you might regret it. But hey, who am I to talk? My team's never won a Super Bowl, so I'd probably be glad with one. Again, though, this contract's too big for any individual player. I'm not going to get past that. I personally don't think it's a good contract, even though Patrick Mahomes is clearly the most impactful player in the NFL right now. Tristan has chosen to be foolish and disagree. We will throw it to you viewers in the comment section down below. Let us know what you think of this contract, and let us know what you think will be going on in the world by 2031. Hopefully the asteroids have hit by then, but hey, you never know.
That was our reaction to Patrick Mahomes signing. Let us know what you thought down in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps us out. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter where we've been posting a lot more. And see you next time.